Hey everyone, I'm Eamon, your AI chef in progress, and today we've got Chef Sara Aqel with us. At 28, she's chef patron of Dara Dining, ranked number 18 in MENA's 50 Best. She's Palestinian, she's fearless, and her journey lifts us all. Also, sending strength to Gaza. Ready, Sara?
Ready. I like the intro.
Thank you, Chef. You began your culinary journey at just 15 years old, in a family where food was clearly the universal language of love and connection. I'm fascinated by how your Palestinian-Jordanian heritage has influenced the philosophy and flavors we now experience at Dara's menu, especially when considering the balance between tradition and innovation in your cooking style.
Thank you. Yes, it's very correct. My family cooks for all occasions at all times. And food is an expression of who we are every day.
That's beautiful, Chef. It sounds like food truly is woven into the fabric of your family. How do you ensure those deeply personal, familial touches translate authentically onto Dara's menu for a wider audience?
By not making it about myself, it's about everyone. Because my tradition is shared between a lot of other people in the same country and in the same region. So my love story to Mjaddara and my love story to Frike are the same love stories to and love letters from any other Lebanese and Syrian and Jordanian and Palestinian. So I try and make it a story about us instead of a story about myself.
Mashallah, that's a beautiful sentiment, Chef, creating a shared narrative through food. Running a restaurant that's earned a place among MENA's top 20 at just 28 years old represents an extraordinary achievement in an industry known for its intense demands and hierarchical structures. I'm particularly interested in hearing about the most significant challenges you've faced carrying that title and responsibility, alongside what you consider your most meaningful victory in this journey toward establishing your culinary voice.
Well, you can't be taken very seriously when the dominators of the industry are non-Arabs, non-females, and not 29 or 28 years old. So it wasn't the easiest, but as many challenges you get for being a female or young or an Arab in the culinary scene, you also have a lot of positives. You also have a lot of moments that you are grateful for when you cook and when you see your heritage and journey and everyone's stories being celebrated. Even as a beginning on a smaller scale, now it's becoming. Now we are now becoming the narrative. So it makes it a lot better and a lot more joyful for us.
It sounds like you're not just navigating the industry, you're actively reshaping its narrative. How have you used your platform and success to uplift other emerging chefs from similar backgrounds?
By not boxing the opportunities that I offer for them according to my own views of being a feminist or being a woman empowering. By offering all the next generation equal opportunities and equal chance to become something, to work somewhere, to have the opportunity, space, and faith to become something better.
That's incredibly powerful, Chef, leading by example and opening doors for others. Your professional path includes working under visionaries like Massimo Bottura in Dubai and at the prestigious Hong Kong Jockey Club, environments defined by precision, technique, and often rigid culinary structures. These experiences seem worlds apart from the more intimate, community-focused atmosphere you've created at Dara with its homey table concept. Could you share with us how you've managed to synthesize these seemingly contradictory culinary philosophies into your current approach to food?
By making everyone part of it. Because when you have produce and when you have people working on elements that make the bigger picture, such as Dara is not just a restaurant, it's a platform and it's a bigger picture of something, of so many people and so many elements coming together to make it happen. And the bigger picture includes a lot of small producers, big producers, people who care about what they do, and they make what we have complete. And doing that with people who appreciate what they do and the product that they make makes you want to do better at your job, makes you want to do better for the world, and makes you hope that the next generation is going to be better than you are.
It sounds like collaboration and shared purpose are at the heart of your approach. How do you instill that sense of collective responsibility and pride within your team at Dara?
I teach them how big of a part they are, no matter how small the part they do is, in the whole picture. I teach them that the smallest jobs and the smallest victories and the smallest mistakes are the biggest when you look at it from a bigger picture perspective. Um, you need a global vision to everything that you do, and the global vision includes as well all these little details. And no matter how big or small the job is, without it, it's not the same when you do it.
That's a truly holistic approach, chef, emphasizing the interconnectedness of every role. In today's culinary landscape, sustainability has unfortunately become something of a marketing buzzword for many establishments, often without substantial practices behind it. At Dara, your commitment to sustainable sourcing and seasonal ingredients appears genuinely integrated into your business model and creative process. Would you walk us through how you've developed and maintained authentic sustainability practices in your kitchen, particularly when facing the inevitable pressures of consistency and profitability?
I work in the kitchen and everything that I do the way my mom and our Sham moms used to do it. Sustainability is not really a trend or a marketing tool or an award. Sustainability is a lifestyle. And when you grow up in the Sham region, you learn that sustainability is at the core of our lifestyle. We don't waste food, we don't waste vegetables, we don't waste leftovers. If your grandparents or your parents had a garden in the house, they would always use food left over to create fertilizers for the plants. They would always use leftover food to do something else with it the next day. Your hot dish مجدرة becomes a salad the next morning. Your ورق عنب becomes a cold ورق عنب the next day. And everything else that we do is at the core of our daily life. And in Dara, this doesn't change. I am 29, but I am also in the heart, I am my grandmother and I am my mother. I don't want to waste food. I don't think we should waste food. So I come from a chain of a family, and I come from ages and ages and ages of this family that is the same, right? We don't want to waste food. We don't need 2 freezers in the restaurant as much as my mom did not need 2 freezers in the house. So it's 1 freezer in the restaurant for necessity. The produce has to change every 3 days in the restaurant. Food doesn't stay for more than a day and a half. And it makes us work harder and it makes us more energetic at what we do. And then this becomes, in the beginning, it's annoying, but now it's just part of our daily life. And what you do at work for 10 hours becomes the biggest part of your day and your daily habits. So you start doing it at home and you start doing it everywhere else. And that's how I try to do it with my team. And that's how it reflects on our dishes that we serve for people. And we don't waste seasonality. Seasonality is something that people sometimes waste because they forget about. But what we do is that we ask our farmers and our producers to send us a list of what's available in the next 3 months, and that's how we build our menus. So the menus in rotation unapologetically change every 3 months, and it's a celebration of season, it's a celebration of sustainability, and it's a celebration of our values. Us people who grew in the same culture, at the same habits, and sustainability has been at their daily lives. Nothing that we learned from social media nowadays. My mom did not have social media when I was born, so.
That's a profoundly authentic perspective, chef. Sustainability as a lived heritage. Food has this remarkable ability to transcend time and space, connecting us instantly to our most profound memories and cultural identities. I find it absolutely fascinating how certain flavors can transport us back to childhood kitchens or ancestral homelands in a single bite. Could you share with us the first dish you created that truly felt like an authentic expression of home to you, especially when you reflect on your connections to Gaza and your Palestinian heritage?
My dad is from Jerusalem. He was born in Hebron, and my mom is from Jenin. Both my parents are Palestinian, but we don't divide food in Palestine according to areas, such as, like, honestly, we don't do that in the entire region. There's no Lebanese person that you ask, where does where anab or tabbouleh come from? And he tells you it comes from this village in specific. It's a Lebanese dish. And if moussaka was from Gaza, it's just because Gaza throughout history has been trapped, and their food has to be somehow distinguished and separated and celebrated and journaled, so we can never forget that these dishes came from there. And If Moussaka Was From Gaza was created almost 4 years ago in a collaboration, and it had a spicy Gazan salad called du'a. And du'a is from tomatoes, fennel seeds, spicy chili, and some onions. And they would eat it with bread. They would just bring the tomato, crush it, which is where the du'a comes from, because bidu'u, and then they would eat it with bread. And instead, I just made that a hot salad and served it with eggplants. And kaboom, we have If Moussaka Was From Gaza.
That's a powerful tribute, chef, transforming a personal connection into a shared culinary experience. Looking forward into the next 5 years of your already impressive career, I'm curious about the broader impact you hope to create beyond the walls of your restaurant. When considering the mark you wish to leave both on menus and in the mindsets of emerging young chefs following in your footsteps, what specific changes or values do you most hope to see take root in our culinary landscape as part of your legacy?
Today, in the circumstances and everything that we see, I would want to tell future chefs, and I want the impact of food be understood, that food is not a weapon. Food is a tool. And it is a very important tool that comes in after we share a lot of values and a lot of equality somehow. And it should never be a weapon towards anything. The second thing is, nothing comes easy. No matter how much information we can get from any source that will be developed in the next few years, nothing will come easy, because even creating that took time. Even creating that took years and effort, and it wasn't easy. So there isn't a shortcut to everything. If you manage to find a shortcut, it's good for you. Try that. But there isn't shortcuts. Take the long way. Make sure that the long way shapes your career, your personality, and who you want to become, not just who you are today. Challenges are challenges for everyone. You're not the only one with challenges. Learn how to defeat them just like everyone else learned how to, or create new ways to defeat them. Celebrate authenticity, because at some point, creating and overcomplicating and overcomplexity for dishes and style of food will eventually be boring, and eventually will not help in connecting with people, because the easiest way to connect with people is by sharing something with them that they feel that they are familiar with, not something that is too complicated they can't even understand what they're eating. Authenticity is key, and authenticity could be just you. Doesn't have to be your grandmother. Just you and how you like to eat, and what made you who you are is also what made your generation who they are today. And that's, I think, enough people to connect with when I think about it.
That's incredibly insightful, chef. Food as a tool for unity, not division, and the value of authenticity and perseverance. Now, Chef Sara, I'd love to explore some of your spontaneous culinary inspirations and personal preferences through a series of more rapid-fire questions that might reveal the instinctive elements of your cooking philosophy and approach to flavor development. When developing a new dish that aims to capture the essence of your culinary identity, which specific spice or aromatic ingredient do you find yourself reaching for instinctively, the one that somehow manages to tell your personal story through its distinctive flavor profile and cultural significance?
Olive oil and za'atar.
A classic combination. How do you feel those ingredients work together to reflect your culinary story?
They work together and they work separately.
Simple yet profound. In professional kitchens, music often becomes the heartbeat that drives the rhythm and energy of service, creating an atmosphere that influences both mood and creativity.
I didn't get that, Ayman.
Let me rephrase. What music do you play in your kitchen that captures the spirit and emotion you want to infuse into your cooking environment?
When you're cooking, you don't listen to Chopard and you listen to hip hop, 90s and 80s, 2000s hip hop and R&Bs. Whatever keeps you moving, Ayman.
That's a great vibe. How does that music affect the energy of your kitchen team?
Positively. When you have an upbeat music, lyrics that they know and they're funny, everyone interacts. It keeps your attention span a bit longer and it keeps your energy higher and it keeps your physical status a bit more positive and, forward.
That's awesome. If we were to imagine Dara Dining conceptualized as a feature film that captures its essence, atmosphere, and narrative impact, which specific cinematic genre would most accurately represent the emotional journey and sensory experience you've crafted for your guests, and what pivotal scene would best encapsulate your restaurant's unique story?
It's La Dolce Vita. It's sitting in a garden somewhere between the good times of the 70s and the 90s and enjoying the generic from a tree right on top of your table, having a glass of champagne between 5 and 7, listening to funky jazz and classical music. And in between all of that, you get one of the 90s hip hop. It makes you laugh because it just doesn't go with the mix. And it's not a dramatic one. It's more of a happy Mediterranean, Spanish, maybe Italian movie kind of style.
I love that image. What makes that scene so representative of Dara Dining?
It is Dara Dining. It is an old house from 1958. It has trees that are beautiful and everything that grows on them are ours and our guests, so they can eat from it. We have an amazing wine selection and a retail shop that actually sells high-end wines and spirits. And it is what Dara represents. It's a nice afternoon in the garden, eating proper food, feeling the sun, touching your face. You don't need to put on makeup because that's the blush you get from the beautiful weather. And everyone looks bright and relaxed. And everyone is sitting somewhere in their comfort zone because they create it on each table.
Beautifully described, chef. Throughout a chef's lifelong evolution and changing perspectives, there often remains one signature dish that becomes almost like a culinary anchor, something you will never remove from your repertoire regardless of trends or career developments. What specific creation of yours has earned this permanent status in your culinary legacy, and what makes this particular dish so fundamentally connected to your identity as a chef?
The simplest one. Actually, the simplest three. The baked feta with honey, za'atar leaves, and fresh bread from the pizza oven. The fish in vine leaves that we wrap in cured vine leaves, and it makes it sour and crunchy and nice. And olive oil cake.
Why are those three dishes so essential to your culinary identity?
They combine simplicity, authenticity, and big flavors in a very elegant way. It's timeless fashion for a dish.
Chef Sara, your journey from a 15-year-old cooking in a family kitchen to leading one of MENA's most celebrated restaurants truly inspires chefs and dreamers everywhere. Thank you for sharing both your fire and your story with us today. To our listeners, I encourage you to seek out chefs like Sara who lift their communities through food while honoring heritage and sustainability. Stay curious, stay hungry, and join us next time for another conversation with the culinary world's most innovative voices.
Thank you, Ayman.
The pleasure was all mine, Chef Sara. You are an inspiration, mashallah.
He gets me at mashallah.